5 seconds
but
remaining.
he should stick to the desk. And then out of nowhere, he's coaching.
I feel like that's a
winning
flame
TI.
to Lacoste. That's uncalled for.
That was just,
If you're going to flame anyone, you can flame Synderen. He's used to it
Lacoste
more.
got to a TI before you can't. You can't flame
the
him.
first one.
No, and the second.
And the second.
All right.
And what did you do? You're just flaming. He's not even here, Kyle. Did I
even the same generation
What is this, Kyle?
Well, I mean, it's not a flame.
You're just railroading Lacoste. That's a big flame.
If Lacoste suddenly came out in one TI, you'd be pretty surprised.
I would be.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
I mean, we shouldn't be taken away from Seb, right? Seb's, he's a top lad.
Yeah, he is a
I'm
top
not saying he isn't. I'm trying to say
I feel
probable rise.
Yeah, all right, okay. We understand, Kyle.
We do understand. Ooh, something that I also understand is that when all the lower thirds disappears instead. It's drafting time. We got Team Secret on the Radiant side, OG on the Dire side. So what do we want to see from OG? Because the last time we saw OG, it was against Tundra, and they lost the last 2 games of that series. Well, especially the last one based on draft. The second game of that series due to the Wombo combo coming out from Tundra at that time around. So maybe that's something that they want to try to avoid. Oh yeah, and there's Soxka, of course. We do see him standing behind the squad as they are on bootcamp, which by the way, Team Secret, as one of the only teams in the entire Western European DPC League, does not do bootcamp.
Oh, puppy.
Oh, we see
his chin.
Oh, that's great. Unprecedented. This is
what are you guys talking about?
This is history in the making right now. We have the webcam on the entirety.
Okay. We have seen this webcam before, but normally the light is off.
Yeah, no, the fan is spinning, and it's
he means business, Shiva.
Oh.
He's coming to this series like it's a LAN final.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, for OG, you asked what we want to see. They're often a team that isn't scared to experiment or at least go left field in the official matches. You know, when some of their drafts. So I feel like this is the one where I hope that in their week of prep, they facilitate exactly what strat they want to go for, and they fully commit to it, and they don't get a little bit too kind of reactive in the draft. Because again, they're a team that isn't scared to just pick what's best.
Just for me, OG's always been about damage manipulation. They either stack reduction or they abuse minus armor or some sort of steroid style for their PA, for their troll. I think that's what they want to stick with. Elder Titan in the pool, I'm always happy when I see them pick that up. I didn't like the draft they had against Tundra, which was just kind of the opposite of what I think when I think OG. This just all in on the Oracle Slark tops and popped off on a Bloodseeker, but they went for all these fighting items, had no scaling power. Whenever you have a Slark at 50 stacks and you're still not winning team fights, you know something's wrong with your concept.
I like the fact that Secret did obviously take away the Grimstroke, because for OG in the second pick position, if they do go back to more standard stuff, they can just go Grim mid or and just flex it in general. But
yeah, but Grim hasn't had the greatest success just in general. We've seen Poppy play it twice so far, also 50% win rate for him. It's not like it doesn't show that much.
The last time that they played Grim in this pick position, they did lose to Nigma, and this was one of their opening series. But I guess the interesting thing here is just OG. We're seeing kind of Clockwork be a little bit more popular today. We saw it just in the previous series. And where is it running? Is it the 4 or the 5?
That's the question.
It looked really nice in the 5 game.
And this is the first Clockwork that OG plays this DPC League.
It's Dragonlance time.
Oh, there you go.
Early Drow Ranger.
This is like the OG way of drafting, right? If they're confident in a strat or a thing, they will just force it into the game.
And this is still on brand for them as well. You know, the Drow tempo lineups are certainly in their wheelhouse. Should leave them pretty flexible too. You said Thompson is willing to play it middle.
Yes, correct.
So Anna, I'm sure, still could, but it's quite open for them.
The question now for Secret, like, could they not just go for like a PL pick or something? Just a casual, we completely hard counter the clock and the Drow. Even if you flex the Drow away, you then ban it, recover it with 3 bans. Okay, they go for a Mars.
Like that.
A bit more team fight.
I was thinking DK or Mars is just safer.
And they don't want to fall into the trap of instantly reacting, maybe.
Yeah, it's too early to pick PL because the trouble is, you might deal with the Drow, but there's a lot of heroes that just delete Phantom Lancer. You know, Storm would become scary. Timbersaw.
Lash. There's a handful for sure.
It's pretty cool to see these heroes come out for both the teams, because 3 of these heroes, like for example Drow and Clock, not played this season yet by OG. Mars not played this season yet by Team Secret, so they definitely are coming in with something fresh, both of them.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what type of flexibility Secret has with the Mars. Of course, it can just be offlane on mid. We've seen teams run it mid before.
Yeah.
But I just expect Zai just to be playing just a casual Mars in this position.
Yep. It could be Nisha too. I think if they expect a Drow mid, it might be more likely, but you really never know. These are two of the more unpredictable drafters in Dota. And I'd say that a lot of what they do is designed so that people like us don't know what they're doing.
I do like the fact that in regards to the Mars pick, it's like historically a very good counter to Drow because you can easily mitigate the damage with Arena, but also you're a hero that naturally gets on top of heroes, and that's what Drow hates playing against. She doesn't like having just big team fight around her.
Do you think it would have been one of the heroes that OG would have banned out in the second ban phase?
Potentially, but again, it's one of those. They're gonna get something countered to them. I don't know if they're. But yeah, I think Mars for sure is a priority ban against the Drow. It just feels very good.
Well, we see Team Secret prioritizing the tanky offlaners. We got the Unlord and Slardar bans. So far on the side of OG, they banned out the Wyvern, which is a good support against Drow.
They're leaning heavily into physical damage, it feels.
Like.
Maybe we're reading too much into the Wyvern ban, but like, this is going to be play laning phase. If it is going to be a mid Drow, you're going to see potentially this Dragonlance build that I mentioned in the pre-show, and it's going to be clumping and fight. And I think Secret, they're so strong at playing reactionary Dota when they don't have to cross the river, when they can farm up, play slow. And OG is basically going, okay, if you're playing slow, we're going to play at like X2 speed in the hope to overwhelm you. Often that doesn't work against Secret, and maybe OG falls short against them, but if they can get the right draft, then pacing can be on their side.
I like the Slardar ban quite a bit because the arrows do physical damage, but cannot be blocked by the bulwark, or the volley rather. And it's just, it's one of my favorite combinations in Dota. Slardar also makes throw breeze.
I mean, Slardar plus literally anything just feels great.
10 seconds remaining. Turn to ban.
So OG now, after banning out, the physical damage removal of Wyvern, they continue banning out like the backline catch.
Yep. The DK would be really spooky too. I've always loved Drow DK for the same reasons.
10 seconds remaining.
What are you guys talking about?
5 seconds.
So just for trying to work out who this fine chap was.
What?
He's a cameraman.
Oh, yeah, he's a cameraman.
Yeah, OG, both these teams, I'll give them a little shout out. Some of the better social media games.
Some of the strongest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Secret Twitter guy is definitely
on point.
Definitely a fan.
We gave him some free content with the Insania prediction.
We did.
Both teams will be lapping at that to get that on the old social media. Oh, look at this beautiful camera shot of a camera shot.
Very, very cool. Yeah, exactly what I was wanting as well. I like how No-Till has really embraced the Corona haircut.
Turn to pick.
It's got good hair
Free
for
flying
it.
locks, yeah, beautiful. And Tiny, another form of just jumping.
I've heard
this is top.
He swore a solemn vow not to cut his hair until his third TI victory.
It's his power.
Yes.
Yes.
Team Secret's turn to pick.
Oh, Brewmaster coming out.
That is something you do not see very often. Could be a Soxa. Soxa's clock. This is
a brew 5.
It's a Seb brew or No-Tail brew?
No, I feel like right now it's a No-Tail brew to enable another range core potentially. So then you have Drow plus carry being ranged.
That means that you've got a support duo of Clock and Brew, and that feels...
They're fighting. That's the
I guess you
point.
need something to go in, but it's not that...
I like Brew a bit more as an offlaner, I think, just because the axe is just so good. It's like the only item you need, and it is quite nice here. You can AoE dispel the Inkswell.
And there's the Dark Sea, so it's a 5 brew.
All right, you were right. The Mirana is cool, though. You don't really fear the clockwork. You can obviously leap out of the cogs, and it's really easy to play with the Mars, because you're just going to hit...
Arrow, spear.
Yeah, exactly. It's a really strong lane
You don't need any other setup? You're good?
It's the lane. You might get another setup, but the idea is, I believe the Mirana will get the Blightstone and just click the enemy.
The disparity of these two drafts right now is like Secret's very clean looking. You got Crimson 5. You now got lots of casual blood. Like everything's just like it follows like a textbook. OG, it's like. Yep, sure. Yeah, we've got a Drow. It might be the carry, might be the mid. They are second pick as well, so they can decide at the very end. But OG's playing for pace, playing for team fight control, and
I just worry their draft is so complicated.
That's
Secret,
true.
It's very simple.
It's like Tundra's Game 3, right? The idea like Tundra's Game 3, where you have the Dark Sea Clockwork, it has to have a great time, otherwise the game can fall apart quite quickly.
It's just more difficult to execute properly, I'd say as well. and Secret have really simplistic ways to punish. Their lanes are incredibly strong.
That's true. Yeah.
That being said, more difficult to execute is not necessarily it's OG. They will be able to execute. They should be able to execute. Let's phrase it like that.
Yeah. So the pressures right now for OG is they're gonna have a decent clock Darkseer lane unless Secret is flexing the Bloodseeker or Mars to like a mid offlane role, opening up a carry pick still to remain to go into the Darkseer, potentially some morphling or something, and then that's now Secret with a win condition and a way to deal with the Drow. But yeah, Secret they're gonna have a really good time in laning phase.
For both teams, 3 out of 4 heroes are heroes that they haven't played this season yet. Love it.
Nice.
I mean, for Team Secret as well, we've seen the last time they played was like what, more than a week and a half ago? When was their series against Alliance? Was it last week?
It's been a little bit of time. So the last time that Secret played was on the 28th of April against Alliance.
Yeah, that's last Wednesday. Like, as in not last Wednesday, but the week before that Wednesday.
Some time ago.
Very long time ago. Not a lot of data to go off of for both of these teams as well.
Yeah, this is Secret
depending on how much they scrim. We don't know that if there's...
normally the scrims in like this DPC is you scrim teams in your league after you've played them.
Okay.
Before you've played them, you look towards like the Eastern European division, like Virtus Pro, Spirit, and RV, but they probably haven't scrimmed.
I feel like there's still very much different hero preferences perhaps, but the drafting pattern is VP to a T. They're constantly opening with their off lane, and therefore same as VP,
10 seconds remaining.
who prefer maybe Timbersaw, whereas Secret, they're going to go for a Mars here. Don't value the Timber as highly, but
I like the fact that, so in regards to Secret, the Bloodseeker just being the carry, because in Darkseer you'll have to heal, you won't be too pressured out of that. And I love the bans so far from OG, the Storm Spirit as well. They're pretty much, after this Drow pick, every single ban was basically looking at Topson going, all right, mate, we first phase your Drow. What do we need to ban for you? So all of these bans is 100% Topson just saying, get this out of my game so I can play my Drow game. This style of drafting, it takes so much confidence, because if this Drow doesn't have a game, you've used every single ban for that one hero, it can instantly just unwind, especially when Secret has such a well-rounded draft that nothing's been pressured.
Does that mean that you want to see a hero for ANNA that is also kind of like working around that Drow?
Well, they have a last pick, so yeah, there's the final catch hero. There's
I was gonna say there's no spirits left but Ember.
But yeah.
So
there's a little bit of jump.
I don't know how it's gonna do.
Drow Ember lane, the first time we'll probably see that in a long time. But now this is ANNA's time to shine. He's like, all right, we've used all our bans for Topson. What hero can I now play?
Yeah. What hero can he now play?
That's weird, because you would think it more likely a melee core because you have a Darkseer, but that's not ideal. You're laning against Mars Mirana most likely.
They can still switch the Drow for ANNA and then pick something else for Topson if he figures he can play something else better against that Ember. There's still a lot of options for this last pick for OG where they want to go, and they still also have 50 seconds to think about what they want to do.
Yeah, they have pretty much 2 angles here. Join in the group fight of Clock Darkseer and go, or they just go full win condition.
Won't top lane just be a disaster? It's so much minus armor. You're telling me a Clock 5 is going to be able to stand there? Even if it's a Brew, I don't think that.
I think realistically it's Clock and Darkseer in the same lane. Brew's still the 5 here. They could just go for like ultra win condition, just like a casual deucer who just sits still in the aggression. But it just feels it's a janky draft.
Like look at the rest of the lineup. They need something that does things.
Well, let's find out. That's the thing, right? They can do or they can win condition, right? Like, okay, and they do like the in between.
Jug.
Yeah, stable jug.
You got the healing ward as well, helping out a lot.
Plays well into Mars, of course. Yeah. Forgot about the Juggernaut.
I mean, this is
yeah, it is mid Drow and 5 Brew. Yeah,
both of these drafts are just pretty much to a T what these teams like. Team Secret all through the online portion of Dota have been dominant with strong lanes, balanced lineups. Not a weakness. OG definitely more artistic with their hero picks. Complicated. They need a high degree of execution. We'll probably see some wonky item builds like Drow. I mean, but first Brew.
The main thing here is you got Secret. If they have Arena, they can take a big team fight. Without Arena, it's a little more skirmishy style of damage. And that's where, with Darkseer, when he gets his Aghanims, he's tanking everyone up a little bit more. Juggernaut's able to frontline and spin. OG can easily play around the type of fight Secret wants to present. all about the team fights.
OG are going to thrive on chaos. They want to have a ton of team fights, constantly covering the map. This should be a hell of a lot more bloodthirsty than some of the games
I hope so, yeah.
this week. And if your Team Secret, just have good lanes and just execute. Try not to...
Don't fall into the rhythm of what OG wants to do.
Exactly.
Yeah. Win in the lanes, play your normal game.
So, Secret wants structure.
Yes.
OG wants chaos.
Yeah.
I know two people that want chaos as well, actually. Those two people are two people that we're going to hear because our commentary team for that is Odie. Oh yeah, Odie Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Stevie. Yes, OG versus Secret should be an exciting series. Fogged, we just had the drafts. What are you looking forward to seeing from this one?
I mean, just a lot of battling is what I'm looking forward to, which I think we're definitely going to get, especially with this Drow Ranger pick in the mid lane. As they said, Thompson's been picking it quite a lot. Last few days that he's played it hasn't been doing the great the last few days, but 2 or 3 days ago, he did win like 6-something games in a row. So
well, there we
he's
go.
had some good showings in particular matchups, but they did counter pick it quite heavily. Like the first opener, they see that Drow, they pick the Mars, but that does mean that it gives ANNA this setup toward the end to be able to get a Juggernaut. When you look at the overall like heroes that can actually kill him, he's not under too many threats of a lot of these stuns. He can actually play around them pretty well with that spin. It's only really like that they can get a full combination of the Mars spear plus like an arrow. Besides that, he should be able to get most spins off and live. There is a lot of control coming out from Secret that I'm seeing, all right? Stuns, silences aplenty, which is something that does hurt Brewmaster a lot. Same thing for Darkseid, which is the big team fight that OG has.
Sure. You know, that Jug, it seems to be a hero that some of the other teams in Europe are kind of going for. You know, they're sort of avoiding, even if it's left to the draft. Why do you think some teams are sort of strayed away from it? And why is it still fine for and good for OG here as the last pick?
Well, ANNA just really likes to play it, and I think it fits their skirmish style. It's just a hero that can play fast, a hero that can constantly be just looking to show up for the fights, and they love Healing Ward. The way that they can play with the resets, I think that's just like the definition of OG, just resetting fights, constantly looking for the chaos of that reset. As a smoke level 1, Secret, looking to start with some blood. They've got the Mirana positioned there on the bottom with the arrow too, so OG, gotta be a little careful. Blood right to secure, arrow as well. Looks like it should be 3 runes for the side of Secret because of that.
Okay, so overall, you do expect that when it comes to the lanes, Secret should have a slight edge in the matchups.
Yes, I'm not sure about the mid matchup. I still think Nisha should do fine because the Flame Guard, you just push the lane in constantly. Drow should probably still just free farm too, but I don't know how much pressure you're going to be able to place. Bottom lane, this looks a little tough for Darkseer and Clockwork. Just one of the better just spam lanes, right? Grimstroke and Bloodseeker just able to constantly push the lane out. You also have the heal that's going to be coming in as Bloodseeker versus Darkseer. But I'm going to be watching mid. You know, this is not a matchup we get to see too often, so let's see if the high physical damage from a Drow is able to take advantage of some slight low armor.
Yeah, we see straight away with the level 1 multi-shot, just using it immediately to make sure that the wave doesn't get pushed in upon him.
Yeah, I like that. On top, it looks like we did see an arrow, perhaps immediately onto the range creep, and just already some manipulation up here of the actual lane equilibrium. And blocks aplenty. Looking at these sentry wards, top is the one that's more focused on from both sides. Notel will find the D ward, he'll have a pull open to himself shortly. But they're trying to keep this positioning here of the lane. Secret, they want to be able to pull it back, because when you're playing versus Jug, you can get that extra little bit of harass. And he doesn't have a great support next to him, right? He has a Brewmaster, which Notel could suffer quite a bit here. Orb of Venom, pretty nice to be able to push away Yapsor, at least because he does have just level 1 arrow. But yeah, bottom, I think, is going to be the one that is going to be really tough, especially for Seb. This is just a straight-up counter pick in the lane for these two.
Sure. But I imagine we should see down in this bottom lane eventually what Saxa or Seb starting to just grab the creeps from behind the tower and avoiding playing the lane straight into the heroes of Secret at all.
It gets better as you get more levels, because you can actually force the lane in almost as hard as a Bloodseeker once you get like level 2 Ion Shell, but we have seen some troubles, at least from some of these double melees.
Yeah, so more than happy to trade hits back at Notel.
Oh, yeah. Starting items too, the double Fairy Fire. He reblocks before the 2-minute. He's going to take out the Sentry as well, prioritizing that lane positioning as we were mentioning before for Zai. And ANNA struggling already. Just only up to the 5 last hits to start off here. Bottom, shouldn't be able to net themselves a kill, but just pushing them away there.
They get in range for things well stunned, but not quite in time to hold them in the blood right. Matto will now start to run out of mana, but he's got the stick charges, so still chances to have that backup blood right at the ready in case Saxtra and Seb get aggressive onto him.
Yeah, and he's got boots immediately on that Bloodseeker down bottom. He knows the only way he dies if he gets ran down with double Ion Shell. Zai, a little bit of trouble. He's always got the TP if they go too hard on him, but Doesn't actually use it. Anna's taking a lot of damage to himself.
The right clicks are adding up. Anna's got to be careful. Yapso jumping in. The arrow's off the mark, but with the leaps, he may just have it. He does. Yapso gets the first blood here as Anna just getting a little too aggressive with that level 1 spin when they've got the ability on their lane to just turn and right click you.
Nice vacuum.
It's going to be risky. Bottom lane, Matu. He's out just in time. They've got a salve good to go as well, so Matu will be kept safe.
Only 6 last hits on Seb. He is continuing to suffer down here at the start. And mid, though, we're seeing a lot of denies being built up. So that is the beauty. He's just going to probably build what? Just straight damage. He goes for just into a band of Elven Skin, into early treads to be able to get a lane advantage. He's just still also getting some last hits. But yeah, drought matchup. Drought favorite.
Yeah, at the moment, pretty much the only lane that OG's having that edge on. The side lane is definitely a tough start here for OG. So especially that top, just 9 CS at the moment on Anna.
Toxa's actually just going to suicide the tower, too. Down bottom, tier 2. Gives his life. Just to reset the lane, just so he can refill. Probably bring the bottle, I think, for Seb. But does he actually even have it done yet on Seb? He doesn't just yet, so... Either way, he wants to be able to make his way back down healthy so that he can actually try to pressure the Bloodseeker. Because they're really, like, look at bottom. It's 6 last hits. He's getting almost nothing.
Never refuse gold given.
Yeah, is that sort of standard here, for Seb to very early on finish out the full wand in the lane?
Just because they're spamming so much, right?
Okay.
This is probably the most spamming lane that he's going to play against. Like, Bloodseeker's always going to be forcing lane out. Same thing for Grimstruck, so you can see why. But yeah, finishing it up is definitely a bit interesting. Thompson 10 denies already, 22-10. So he's going to be the big one to watch out. No side lane's really stubborn.
Thompson's going to have to do quite a bit in the mid game with the way the top lane and bottom lane are going. This could help clean things up a little bit for them. Stick charge Bolton. Zai, he gets the spear
Near the tower.
They may have killed Zai, but Zai with that final spear as he goes down will set up for the trade.
That was so big brain. Like, he waited for the final moment to pump his stick too. Gets the angle. Soxa also gets the angle himself here with a rocket. Nicely done.
Starting to heat up already on both of the side lanes.
Definitely seeing the big advantage, at least, of having Thirst, too, inside the laning phase. That was why we did see the top kill first from Yap, so you get all these vision advantage. Just harassment in early game will be making that lane better. We see okay, he's putting stats in, so even more base damage. Look at this.
Okay.
Treads, and then he's going to go straight for that Dragonlance, so he's going to be very tanky as this Drow.
It's going to be interesting to see, because, of course, Drow here, the stats are nice, but also the extra points and the skills are pretty valuable, so... Oh, we'll see. This is obviously the way that Thompson likes to play. He's going to do a lot. And
again? That's 3 times. You asked why we weren't seeing the jug so much.
I guess this is why we're not seeing the jug. Well, I'm barely seeing the jug on my screen at all. He's off the map.
Seb connects things well onto both. Seb will be able to get away. Nice cogs.
Saxon will be able to hold back Matu. So Seb will be safe. Seb actually starting to salve up. They're going to be able to down with the vacuum. Matu, he's getting low, but he's got that movement speed. He's all over the place. He's able to run away very easily.
It's so hard to see the Ion Shell in this Clockwork, too.
Oh, look at this top Zai. He's in onto No-Tail. No-Tail's in a bit of trouble here.
They already have Arcane Boots on Yapsor. They constantly will have mana to go for these pressure plays here.
The spear. See if they've got the damage. They do. I mean, this top lane is getting pretty darn messy here for OG.
They're going to need something beautiful out of Thompson. He is having a good time, but man, everybody else suffering so hard. Oh, yeah. Yep, so like Arcane Boots so early up top, that means they always have the mana to be able to go for throwing these spells out onto Anna and No-Tail. We knew this lane would be tough, but maybe not this tough for them.
I mean, and that's the thing as well. With Thompson's build getting the points into the stats, though, that doesn't sort of say, hey, guys, I'm going to be ready to come to the side lanes and help you out, right? That says, hey, I'm going to be hitting the creeps.
Let's have 2 points at least in Frost Arrow, so maybe we'll be building up as he can make moves with that. Bottom.
Stick charges will go down, but Matsu's able to get the clean up in return.
Thompson's moving down. He is making the rotation.
But the arrow!
With the arrow.
Yapsor comes in with a rotation, catches Seb off guard. Seb goes down, and Thompson can't do anything now.
Nope. He needed the +1. At least somebody to be able to body. But he's kind of sticking around here. Might wait until the Clockwork does come down, because he can still kill Matu, but he's actually just going to make his way over. Yeah.
But we're seeing it. 7 minutes in. Top 5 net worth. 4 of them are that as secrets. Now, Yapsor, of course, he's 400 gold ahead of Anna.
Oh, yeah. That is problematic, as we see the item build 2 from Yapsor. He's just going to be building straight toward a mech. Really good item to be able to match up versus eventually what you would expect, like a Darkseer mech, but also just the armor that you're always going to be providing with versus Drow is going to be really nice. Same thing with that bonus heal. This this is going to be hard for OG. I mean, I'm ready to be surprised at least from a Drow, but I don't know what he's going to be able to do because it's not the easiest of Drow games either. They have a lot of ways to get on top of him. They have the Mars ult to block versus the regular attack. Sure, the multi-shot will be able to go through, but doesn't look the easiest. And now they're giving No-Tail the mid lane since he's near level 6 at the very least for them. So he's going to have an early 6 on the Brewmaster at the very least for them too.
And where do you think you're looking to go with that first primal split? Like where's the biggest potential for OG to make a play?
I mean, they need to fix like all the lanes, so anywhere he hits really is going to be good. I think bottom could be a good one though because they need to slow down this Bloodseeker a bit. He's getting a bit too out of control, and he's got the best matchup at least to just get right on top of that Drow Ranger. I do think Noto would like to make the move bottom, but he might just go down here. Actually, since everybody has a haste, it's fine.
A lot of damage here though for Nisha with that DD. And we see, I mean, Anna and Thompson, they both had to resign to the jungle. They're sharing the jungle together here.
I'm in trouble, seeing straight.
That is not a good sign. Zai, free lane top, Bloodseeker, free lane bottom. Saxa though says, is it a free lane?
Bit of a blood right down.
They have so much damage.
Pretty tanky, but indeed, especially with the rupture. Saxa, he'll stand his ground. And
he does get
all right, he'll take that. He'll certainly take that. Brings Matu down with him.
Nisha down here. The split.
All right, they might get some more. Nisha.
I don't think they expected the split so early.
Nisha's going to be thrown up into the air for now. The Moonlight Shadow's out, so they'll get Puppy safely out of there. Will lose his courier, though. Nisha also just breaking away, respecting the split here from No-Tail.
Ooh, definitely one thing. I mean, I don't think the side of Secret expected such an early Brew 6. I don't think the side of OG expected such an early 6 on that Mirana from Yapsor.
Let's see here. That's Sam. He's going to run with the Remnant. He can close the gap. Nisha's able to close in. Make sure the Inkswell connects. And Seb will be taking out Courier as well. Well, he'll certainly take that. That's No-Tail's boots out of the game.
Oh, now. Luckily, he just gets ran down his top. They will get at least a return kill on Zai finally for Anna. Quick moves. Secret array up to 3k gold lead from these quick moves. You said the 4 top.
Is under attack.
4 top out of that 5. But Anna finally getting himself involved back in with Saxa.
He's catching back up a little bit, getting some action, making sure that first Omni Slash
is under attack.
finds a kill.
This Darkseer is just so far behind though. This is the really big concern for me. Is it's not an easy game for him either. His mech timing is going to be slowed down a lot. The mech's timing is going to come out at the same time or slower than the Mirana, the 4 position. Arrow. Off the mark.
Yeah, they're ready for that there. Want the vision up.
OG's doing a good job at least of securing runes I've been seeing.
He's looking to see what he can do in the jungle. He's running down Thompson. He's not going to go for any further with the aggression though. Sacks are around, hookshot back up.
Yeah, I feel for the most part, though, that it has been OG at least denying these runes away from Nisha, so I see him running around without like much of a full battle and no power runes himself, but still looking to play super aggressive.
Nisha have the setup here.
Oh, his courier's dead, though.
From the high ground, they get the spear over on the side onto Saxon. Nisha's in trouble. He's been gunsed in vacuum. Nisha's going to get taken outside. Drops the arena. They found Saxon to see if they can get more out of this. They'll get No-Tail. Seb and Thompson trying to turn to take Zai down, but Zai's pushing on, forcing Thompson to back off. Still got 1 charges available. Zai with the spear shoves Thompson away. Will be able to give him the space to back off. So they'll lose Nisha, but get the 2 supports for it.
Look how much attention they're dragging, though. All of OG has to show up to the mid lane. Their safe lane Jug is level 7. They are really suffering right now in this department. Onisha making a pretty big mess up there. Diving forward, not expecting the gust. And he gets his courier killed. I think that's at 5-6 couriers already killed.
Oh, and
nice angle.
Baxter finding a big one down here. Excellent catch. I mean, that's the big target right now. Matu, king of the net worth. He's the one they want to be taking out. He was hitting some scary item timings here. The Maelstrom had just been completed here 11 minutes in on top of the phase, so he was about to really hit his stride.
They have a mech already on Yapsoron. That is so early. 5-0 and 1. He's gotten the majority of the kills for the team. But man, that is unbelievably
straight up faster than the patch fastest.
And I mean, that's not even on like a Mirana.
I think that's on any hero.
On any hero, right?
I don't know. I've just made that up, but it's on any hero.
It's damage might be an issue now, but Saxa with this surge to get on top of Puppy.
Puppy's still alive.
He is still alive.
Not even. We'll be able to come in and clean him up, but they're going to lose heroes in return, or maybe not the healing ward. Anna's able to get the healing ward out in time, keeps Saxa alive, and now Nisha, he's the one in trouble. He's got the run. The comes out, Anna's able to take him down.
Yapsor
They might get themselves something else here. Yapso pots the neck. He's trying to lead back up to the safety of his tower, but Sax is in with a hook shot. As OG, they're down to third. They're not even done yet. They've got the jump side. They lay down the cogs. OG, they're suddenly getting 4 heroes and they're losing nothing themselves.
And they're back. Seb is completely back now. He gets himself a double kill. He's dominating. He has mech. How quick all this happens. They all just show up to bottom. Secret not expecting it all. Completely in disarray. And they get the tower 2 off of all of it. Holy moly. It feels a cook shot just came back up. And he gets it off perfect.
I've got to say, I feel like Sax is playing very well this game. I know he's died a few times, but some of the moves that he's made have... They've just sort of set up the catalyst for these fights that OG's managed to just go straight back into Secret's aggression and really start to shut down that lead that Secret did have. You know, we saw off the back of the lane, Secret, they had 4 heroes in the top 5. It's pretty much back to even off those sort of moves.
And Thompson was farming during all, too. Thompson was in the jungle just being a Drow Ranger, hitting some creeps. See this one again.
Just one by one there. They end up dropping it.
And they do still have to be a little careful. I think Nisha maybe underestimated how much the Ion Shell would just take off him. Like, look, his Flame Guard, it's just gone. And then he's like, oh, wait a minute.
And now he's got to run.
I got to get out of here.
And as soon as the healing ward's out as well, they can't commit any further. And you see with the Omni Slash, not able to sort of put his Remnant out long enough and wait for it to get the distance to jump, you know, far enough so it would break the potential follow-up jumps with the Omni Slash. And
Another hook shot.
He's going again. He's got the catch on Zai. Thompson's in with the damage. Zai
is on fire.
He can't get out of this. He really is. This is some hot stuff here from the clock.
Many a grave is hidden in these woods.
Such quick plays. OG just swing across the map. That whole lead that Secret did build up after laning phase, it's gone. ANNA.
Take him down. He's going to have backup coming in. More on the high ground. Very nicely done here. It's top of the backup of Thompson. ANNA's going to be kept safe.
Puppy. Oh, the creeps finish him off.
See the chase for No-Tail. He's going to go for more. He's got Primal Split up in 10 seconds.
This is with Bruce Split that they're chasing forward for these kills now, too. Now with Healing Ward rallied around with that mech, too.
They're going to come in with some TPs here. Secret. They want to try and fight them. Zai's going to lay down the arena. He's caught a few of them. He's able to get the spear back onto No-Tail, but they're moving in with the Blade Fury. No-Tail will fall.
They're still helping.
Zai, in return, he's going to get taken down. The wall's down, and with the illusions out, Zai's out.
Radiant structures are
They can get anything more here as they stick around, able to dig up a bounty rune as well in the midst of the action. As OG, they'll push on. They'll take this tier 1.
The group up. Just OG playing so well together with each other. And just the heals, really. The Healing Ward survives long enough. Even though Zai comes in, you get an arrow. But they have the damage.
I mean, ANNA's able to take off the Flame Gun here with the Blade Fury. And Saxon's in again with a hook shot. They've got the control. These are going to get taken out. Omni Slash over towards Poppy. It's more
And Yapster too.
They may lose Seb, but honestly, this mid-game, Secret, after a pretty significant lead off the back of the lanes, they've just lost it completely here as OG are bringing the fight each and every time, and they're just tearing Secret apart.
OG and they're battling. And Thompson, as we said, he's just being able to get so much farm. And this, now they have Bruce Split available too. This was, these last 3 fights around these towers has just been OG setting it up perfectly. Look at the damage done. You have Saksa, as we said. Beautiful jump throughs. And he's been enabled, honestly, so well by Seb. Like constantly Ion Shelled, constantly getting the right target. Look at the he's queuing up Orchid. This is usually what you see from it's like your off-lane snowballing clockworks that try to go for this type of build. Can see the reasoning why, especially versus that Ember. As again, Matu.
Caught him up it. And he's not got anyone here to back him up. Matu's dead. Vacuum back. He can't run. Zai, a first in the midst of them too. This time round, Saxon not quite able to get the hook shot. So with that in mind, Zai will be able to step away. ANNA's still trying to chase, bear in mind.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They can't go for this underneath the tower. Zai will be fine.
Amateur.
Gotta get healed up though, Healing Ward.
But we're really seeing sort of the repercussions of these moves that OG's been able to make against Secret. You know, Nisha and Zai, they're starting to slip back and slip behind.
They sure are. It's not just the gold that's something important to look at. 2K, it's whatever. Look at the experience right now. It's near 8K experience lead for OG. They've been grouped up and they already have, like, look at this clockwork. He's the same level, if not a good chunk higher than the Ember Spirit, the mid. He's higher level than his Darkseer as well in this clock. Saksa on fire. And again, rallied around the towers, rallied around their big team fight in Healing Ward.
They're looking for Thompson.
They are. They know he's been split off a bit.
He's been getting so much space. And even with the 3 of them here, though, it looks like they're not going to actually be able to quite find him. Thompson's able to step out in time.
And now they got to be careful.
They really do. Sax has got the hook shot online ready again. Split still available, of course, for No-Tail. As we'll see that move again up top. Matu just trying to push on a little bit greedy here. Only had Zai by his side, and Zai not able to get over in time to do anything about the 2 of them catching him there. Sax and Seb.
They're getting too split up. Secret has to somehow find themselves together, but they're getting caught one by one, and also in these fights by OG. Crazy recovery. 19-5. It was 13-6 or something at some point, right? So they've just gotten
one out of the 3 heroes watching him. And that's not going to do anything here against the Blade Fury. And now with the wall down, Zai's the one that's got to be careful. Anna got the Omni Slash at the ready as well if he sees the opportunity for a good target. They're trying to block Zai and cogs are down. Zai, he cannot get anywhere to safety. He'll drop the arena.
The healing one on the high ground again. They're not even taking any damage.
I mean, they're falling apart here. Secret OG just outplaying them. Thompson, he's having to kill off Matu.
He just stands his ground versus the Rupture. They're all full health. OG, the team fight just too strong.
I mean, the lanes really didn't matter as it seemed really this game. You know, Secret may have turned up with, she said, drafting to have that edge in the lanes. The mechanics were there. They're having an excellent time in the matchups, but when it actually came to playing the Dota, you know, coming in with this action, the team play, OG, so far in this game one, they're on another level.
And they're always there. It's just like they're outnumbering them every time. I feel like Secret's doing a lot of these individual plays, and OG, they're just like, okay, we've got 3 heroes ready for your 1 hero that makes this play. And yeah, it's showing, absolutely. 4K lead. They have map dominance now, and they're not going to let down at all. That's the way OG likes to play. They like to keep going. Even if they don't have ults available, they'll be able to. And crazy to say, too, is No-Tail is 3 components toward his Aghanims already on the Brewmaster, and almost level 12, too. So the frequency of these ults is going to be popping out with 2 charges, too. Slightly off the mark. We can give him a 1 or 2 misses as he's had a
that was a tricky game. One there with the leaps.
Yep.
Absol's away.
Starting to build solutions. Secret getting very annoyed, of course, by Soxa. 4 staff now done for Puppy, but this damage really has been done. Zai has very little farm. You see he's queued up BKB on the Mars just to be able to survive versus this Clockwork getting on top of him constantly. Yeah, Thompson's items just coming out too fast now, too.
Loving the build-up, too.
Yep.
Blink Dagger, incredibly valuable on this hero. That,
agreed.
You know, the angles that you're able to find in the team fight matter so much with the gust and the multi-shot.
And if you see, like, the Mars walking up at you, right, that you can just blink out, reset in order to get a good positioning for it, or you can blink in if you see opportunities. Yeah, positioning is key for Drow Ranger, and they've done this for a long time. I know that OG was one of the big teams when they used to pick Drow, when it had the one-shot, like, ancient mechanic. He used to go Blink Dagger even for that. They really know how good the item is.
Especially this game where, I mean, normally the thing that would maybe put you off it is if they had that sort of setup that you wouldn't be able to blink out if they had like the Yules, but obviously with the mech rush that Yapsa went for, there's no Yules on the Mirana, and with the fact that Zai's having a tough game having to go straight for the BKB, there's no Yules on him, so they just don't have that setup that would really threaten him. So the Blink Dagger, as you say, just going to be pretty much the item to solve any other issues that he'd have with them walking up and trying to start a fight.
They're ready to fight. It's level 12 on Brewmaster, the hook shot again.
And they do with a pushback into the gust. Arrow does come out. That will just save him. Yapsaw with that arrow coming through onto Thompson will stop the damage output and allow Nisha to get away.
He's still in the area though, and he's doing so much damage now. Also finds himself, of course, an agility Van Brace on top of all this crazy agility he already does have. All grouping up. The BKB's done on the Mars, so now Zai will have a little bit of an easier option for himself to not worry about this Clockwork.
Nisha.
So annoying, but Nisha.
Be a little careful here. It comes straight back into the silence. Since he loses half his HP, we'll see the Rupture get dropped down on Thompson. The split up, they've got many ways to keep Thompson safe side. He's trying to get in there to find him. He will be able to clear out the trees with the arena. Hits into the wall with the spear. Can they bring him down? They can. They finally able to take down Thompson. Now they're ready for the counter play. Zeroji backing back onto Zai. Falling low. They get the stun connection onto the jump though. Anna is in trouble. Can he get out in time? The healer walks out. And in fact, Anna wants to go back in. Pops the Blade Fury. He's ready to try and run down Yapsa, but as the Blade Fury comes to the end, he backs off. Nisha still alive somehow. As Matu, he's cleaning up. He's cleaning up. He's to found 3. He's ready to run down Seb. Seb can't escape this. Matu chasing him down. Seb's trying to run, but Matu's able to get in. And Secret, they're back. Team white.
They finally get a good setup. They get the Rupture on the Drow. Zai knows his job. He does not care if he dies. The typical sacrificial lamb for the team. Matu able to just do full work. And Nisha as well. Just gets every single spell off this time. Not getting fully controlled for once.
I mean, he got so low in that situation, but as you say, just won it over. Secret actually able to keep them alive, and just an excellent start to the fight from Zai, knowing that his job to just BKB, get in the face of this Drow, stop Thompson from having any impact in the team fight.
And Soxa's low mana during all this. Like, he can't actually do what he's normally been doing of getting these catches, good initiations. Of course, that arrow too from Yapsa, very effective.
Yeah.
And Matu, he was up in the air for a lot of the fight, but then as soon as he comes back down, 3-hero connection on the blood, right? Everybody's super low, and then he can just clean up the speed.
A huge cleanup. They get a big boost in gold and XP there with a team fight win such as that one.
And this is what we want to see. I mean, just these constant battles between both.
Back
and now
forth.
these BKBs, they're going to be very effective. Secret, they were having a bit of that tough in that early game. They recognize what the problem is. They pick up 2 4-stabs on the supports. Now it's 3 BKBs on all 3 cores.
Yeah, things get a lot harder now. You know, you're not necessarily going to be able to overrun Secret with the brawl that you were bringing before.
Yeah, these ion shells that have been very disruptive, these gusts and whatnot, will not be nearly as effective anymore versus this match community.
Yeah, and we'll see with that last fight going the way it did as well. Thompson feeling that he does have to go a little less flashy and a little more safe. Just getting that BKB on now after the Manta so that he can be a bit more kitted out for these heroes just running in with their own BKBs during the team fight.
Still susceptible to the rupture if he is out of position. Does have to be a little more cautious how he shows himself on the initial pushes.
I think a lot of it's, is going to be down to how well he can be sustained by Seb with his Greaves. And of course, Anna with that healing ward. Very important, really, that they're able to keep that healing ward alive. So a lot for Anna to keep track on in the team fight.
That's one Bruce split. He does have the 2 charges, though, so doesn't mind ever throwing one of them out here to mess with Nisha and also save his life. Yep, so still in the area, though, to watch out for it.
Radiant's bottom
And they're just going to tip him, though, whatever. It's just one. It's just one of the ults. You already have an Axe at 23 minutes as a 5-position brew. It's pretty good.
He's pretty iron timing. Oh, he's deep, but he knows there's no chance. So Blade Fury and a TP will do the job every time for now.
Matu denying the creeps while he's spinning on it, too. Just cheeky. Trying to get themselves this high ground advantage. These BKBs, as we said, it's going to be a problem for OG.
Seb. Trying to dodge it all, but he can't dodge everything. Inkswell into the setup. They're ready to go for more. Anisha. Gonna have some backup.
He's gonna force the split.
Indeed, we'll have the second charge being used here. They're still moving in. Maybe seeing if they can take down NOTAL through the split. Dropping the rupture as well.
Oh my god.
I mean, how far? They're not going to dive for this.
I don't think so. They're in the base.
Anna's coming in for the stun. He's coming in with the Omni Stash, but they're nicely grouped up together. Yapsor also able to leap away, so nobody to dive that initial burst from the Omni Stash. Poppy will fall. Now down for the Soulbind onto the 2 of them. Zai, BKB turns with the bulwark, starts to back on Matsu. He's cleaning them up. He's ready to run in. He's be able to pick up a second. Anna's got to be careful. Healing ward's out. They'll get back behind the tier 3. Nisha, he is going to get taken down. So the aggression there from Secret, kind of getting baited by NOTAL right up past the tier 3s. It will get punished by OG. They may lose a few themselves, but they are able to kick back and take out 3 of Secret for that aggression.
That was a pretty crazy dive from Secret for sure around the tier 3s. Glyph gets popped and Thompson able to hold his
Roche is up as well. Can these 3 do Roche with the healing ward up in
sure
10? They certainly can go for this.
He's got BKB coming out for the drought too.
Secret's going to be up pretty soon, so it could be a good chance. They've spotted it out as well with the scan, so Secret's going to head over.
They've got good spam too. They just need to be sure to kill that healing ward.
I mean, who's getting in and out though?
It has to be Yapsor really, but he has no leap charges, so someone's going to have to go in there and run for it.
Who's going to be able to make that move?
Nobody can.
There we have it. Thompson with the Aegis ready for the next fight, as well as, of course, that completed BKB. They're already making moves up top.
Oh, no.
The counter.
Arrow connects.
And Anna's dead. So's Seb. They're getting a little carried away there as soon as they go for a move.
Gets snowbound.
He's not going to be able to get away.
The leash stops his TP.
He gets leashed to NOTAL. He's trying to stand his ground with the BKB. He stacks the come in with a hook shot over towards Yapsor. Yapsor has been trapped in the cogs. Get out of this, he can't. So Yapsor will go down. Thompson's still alive. He's going to step on the high ground, get a good angle to start shooting back at Zai. But Matsu, he's in with the BKB, closes the gap on Thompson, takes down the drow. Matsu, he's ready for round 2. The blood right setup. Saxon tries to hide himself in the cogs, but Matsu's still got the movement speed. He'll stay on top of the drow. He's going to have the backup of Nisha as well. Thompson, he's attempting to run, but he's got no more defensive abilities or items to use to get him out of there. As Matu again finds the cleanup. NOTAL's also picked up there by the nuke. See a TP out from Saxa. He is the only man to get out of this. Everybody else going down. They may have got Roche, but as we saw there, Anna and Steph immediately moving up to the Secret shop. Secret, they were there. They were ready. And Anna, again, just getting caught out on the front of the fight.
And perfectly comboed up too from the side of Secret. They have a ward on the high ground. OG walks up blindly into that area. They perfectly see them on Secret, and they just connect everything. The spear, the arrow, everything onto Anna before he's able to get anything off. Same thing for Seb. And Seb, he's still very crucial to their team fight. So even though Thompson is that strong with an Aegis, they get on top of him. And without having some way to reset and pull the fight away with the Darkseer, Secret thrive. This is a crazy game still, though. 54 kills, 27 minutes, Owen.
No, we're going to have a lovely bit in a second. Just wait. About 60, about 50 seconds. And then if you look, ladies and gentlemen, towards the... Wait, hold on.
Just wait.
Yeah.
7 more seconds.
And then if you look at the top of the screen.
Beautiful.
27.
Very nice.
That's a sign. If you're out there and you're 27, today is a lucky day.
How old are you?
Oh, no, I'm 20. I'm 20. No, I'm 28.
Are you?
God,
wait, when did you get so... Jesus, Owen.
I had a birthday.
What happened all these years? So, neutral items picked up. Who got what? I saw Cloak of Flames on both sides. Nice pickup for the Brewmaster. Also, nice pickup for the for Nisha himself.
I mean, they're smoked. They're trying to come up here again. This place didn't do them too well last time,
But they are smoked this time.
Yeah.
Secret does seem to be pretty aware of the positioning.
They'll get a ward down themselves now, OG. If you drop it in the lane here, but, somewhere that Secret's not necessarily going to expect Vision to be at this point of the game.
It does provide a lot of vision, because we did see the Mars ult knock down all the trees there, so it is giving more usual vision. More than usual, that is. As does get the blink anyway now that he does have his defensive BKB for himself on the Drow Ranger.
Yeah, always a nice one to upgrade with.
They re-smoke. They really want to find this fight now. They're feeling strong.
Who do you think they're looking for the jump on? Or DD on Anna?
Oh,
he actually buys. Did he just buy himself a bottle? Or maybe there was one in the base that he picked up there. No, but either way, I think he probably was on the ground. So he gets himself the ball sent out. Either way, he's not going to wait for it. He's picking it up because he knows for the rest of the team. They want to find action.
No-Tail wants to start the fight where he can lift somebody because he wants to be able to stop these 3 BKBs from going up at the... What is that? Moonlight Shadow.
He's causing those misses. We'll be able to lay down a sentry in No-Tail. Okay. He's found his way over to the back lines. But not towards the Grimstroke.
They can't walk up this hill, though. Secret has perfect vision in this area.
It's not an easy fight for OG to step into.
No. They're going to respect that high ground. And no split available now. Go back away.
Enchanted Quiver on Thompson, always a nice one.
Oh, yeah.
Extra bit of punch there on the... every few hits.
Okay, so who got which one? I saw Paladin Sword as well. And Matsu getting that one is going to be very nice for him. Yeah. Combination of just all the heals, right? From his spell damage as well. Just his innate healing that he gets from when he kills a hero. That's going to be pretty huge if he does it whenever he finishes off a hero inside the fight. It's going to be a big surge of health.
Well, some very nice times. I mean, what the amulet on Anna. Very nice for the extra bit of speed buffs. And the Cloak of Flames. One for the Brew and one for the Ember. Probably two of the better Cloak of Flames heroes in the game.
Definitely. Does get himself the shard on the Mars. Very important when you're playing versus any Manta heroes. You want to be able to show you pin the right hero. A little bit of downtime here. Scouting with the arrow. Secret just continuing to play around the high ground. Arrow connects, but they'll just ping him out. Now they know that they're all rallied in the area. Basher now finished up for Matu, so...
Anna's got to be a bit more careful.
Yeah, sticking on target.
Oh, look at the jump. They found No-Tail.
He's very good.
I mean, with the Brew gone, I guess this is sort of 50 seconds, but OG's probably going to try and do their best to avoid a team fight.
Yeah, push bottom. They at least can actually threaten potential high ground. Anna could just go up there. Does have to, as we said, watch out for the Basher, because he can't do the spin TPs as easy. He doesn't know the Basher's online just yet.
You'll see it now, right?
We'll see it now if he does click over there, for sure.
Hey, they click on them all.
They better.
Professional players.
They're just going to swing top. Creep wave dies in the mid lane, but they still have creeps up top to go for that tier 2 tower. As Anna doesn't see anything just yet. He's waiting for a moment until he sees more information. Thompson's going to be the one who actually perhaps pokes bottom because he's a little safer, but Seb might be calling for a fight, it looked like. He's pinging in the area.
Dire's top tower has
How many Bruce splits do we have? We do have the one, almost 2 available.
Right, yeah. On the respawn. Getting that time as well. Try to pump him up towards that 18.
Ooh, Nisha has Ags now. So fights for the Drow. There's a lot of control, a lot of different ways to get on top of her now. Just have to be a little careful. Nisha also can always deal with these side lanes easier now. He has more remnants to be able to rejoin the fights. Let's see what they can get. Zai.
He's going to go for the opening.
Great target.
Straight in onto Zai. We'll get the pushback as well. As the BKB offside, Zai. Actually having to step away from this. Get the arena out as well with the blink. Zai's out of
He's
there.
actually alive.
Be the first to fall. BKB falls down to Nisha. Nisha may be thinking about getting back in on this. The healing ward is down.
He refreshed he overcharged or overclocked on the clockwork, and then he hooked into the spear, and it speared him away from stunning Zai again, so it allows him to reset and get away. That was interesting little mechanic coming in. As it looked like a good initiation, but as we said, these BKBs are very tough for them to deal with still.
Yeah, they couldn't quite keep Zai chain stunned to stop him from getting his one off there. Matu still just sitting at the top. We'll see this once more as Stacks are coming in with that newly purchased Aghanims.
Gonna pop. He does it a little bit late with the overclock, so he doesn't connect it before that BKB comes up. But ready, he hook shots and gets speared to his cog as it does hit. Although the stun connects, isn't able to get the secondary cogs to maybe trap Zai in place.
And that's actually what you feel like. If he was a bit quicker on that, they could have probably stopped Zai getting BKB off.
I think he could have done it just a little bit faster. I think he maybe wanted to save it for the secondary go, but then realized, ah, crap, I need to actually use it to lock down Zai long enough. I like that he's, when you do save it like that, it shows like, he's bloodthirsty. He wants the next kill.
Sure.
I like that.
He doesn't want to feel like he's needing to throw onto both. But the way the fights are going, the fact Secret have a 5k lead, it's definitely getting to the point where OG is going to be rather important for them to just guarantee themselves a kill at the start of the fight. Otherwise, Secret's going to be likely to overrun them, especially with Matu just getting as big as he is. And being such a, especially with his itemization in a fantastic place to carry up against this Jug and Drow.
Yeah, and I love when I see people pick up this Mjolnir. Sometimes it doesn't make sense because there's no illusions and stuff like that, but so many small damage instances is something you have to remember too with Mjolnir. It's playing versus Darkseer, versus Cloak of Flames, versus Brewmaster Burns and stuff like this.
So much damage.
Heroes that are not BKB, this Mjolnir is going to start popping off, shooting lightning everywhere. OG.
Checking out Roche. It's up in a second.
This could be some clutch timing here.
I mean, they can go for it. Keep the healing ward outside
too, though. And they see nothing on the map, so they're probably expecting some type of movement here. Zai.
He's going to nose there. He gets dispelled. Zai's ready to use an archer. They're going to come up with the Omni Slash straight away onto Zai. Zai stepping away with the BKB. Anna, he's going to have the Omni Slash redirected, and that's the Omni Slash used to no avail, really. Doesn't really achieve much at all. Pop the Blade Fury, tries to run, but matches him with the BKB straight on top of Thompson. They're trying to take down this Drow. Zai getting low, but he gets the spray off in time over towards Anna. Zai finally falls, but Anna's so low here. As they'll lose the Jug, they will turn those Thompsons over to get the damage off onto Matumba Man. As Matumba Man out of the game, no buyback available on him. As we'll see Zai buy back in an attempt to get back over it. Over in the river, Stacks pushing them back with the cogs. He's stopping Puppey and Zai from being able to re-enter the fray. Over to the side, Nisha with another remnant gets himself away from the chase of No Tail.
Beautiful reset. The wall being very problematic for the No Tail. Is left alone this time around. Does step up a bit too far. Thompson able to reset his positioning. So important here. Seb controlling them inside that wall, and Thompson gets to the high ground, is able to actually focus fire and do something to fight. See the damage coming out from there. Beautiful.
Well, but the fight as it is, though, 2 dead on OG. I mean, I guess for Secret, they don't really have the best way of taking Roshan themselves. Even with the numbers here, the 4 versus the 3 of them, they can't really go back into the pit. I mean, they may try. I guess with Zai, it's pretty safe. Zai can tank at least.
He's got the Orb of Destruction too, so it's a little bit faster. So they've got that decent amount of minus armor, but without Matu, it's going to be a bit slower than they ideally want. But yeah, 35 seconds, no brew, 20, no jug. They've got a good window here.
Does Seb want to go for some sort of... He's heading over.
Ooh.
I mean, Secret are they're a little scared. They're a bit hesitant about this. Can Saxa pull something off? He's got the hook shots. He's going to go in straight away. Monster time. Monster shot comes in from the side. Nisha pops the ghost to try and keep himself safe from the physical damage. And Thompson, Nisha gets the BKB off. The Roche is going to go down. Who's going to be able to pick up the Aegis? It's going to be Saxa. Saxa able to grab the Aegis here. She's picked up by Nisha.
No, Nisha got Aegis actually. Look at the size of it.
Texas didn't get anything, so he just kills Zai. So Nisha, is he actually going to be able to get them all out? He is?
Yes, she gets 4 steps away.
Right, okay. Nisha's able to pick everything up. He's away with it all.
Dude, the Ghost Scepter purchase actually coming in clutch. He was getting hit so hard, but somehow he resets with Ghost Scepter and actually ends up getting it.
He was on the floor for so long there. So he does get the kill on Zai. Yeah, I thought that he was able to pick it up as well, but he wasn't. Nisha getting away with a big benefit there. And again, once more as this Ghost Scepter
paying off.
I mean, he's pretty much got the E-Blade done now, thanks to that fight as well.
Anna was able to get the shard for himself.
Oh, they got the
inside
they
the
get the shard.
So pretty beneficial because he does have the Scotty and the Maelstrom already. Will be really strong onto Anna. And they do kill Zai again. So, I mean, that is a little weird one, but Zai dies, he's probably like, oh, I got my long death out of the way, because that was the death after the buyback. So for the next death, he'll be back faster.
Are scanning.
Invisibility.
Anisha, he's going to go pick up, finish that E-Blade. So there we have it. A lot of magical bursts ready to come out from Anisha.
Oh, I mean, oh yeah.
They've got to be careful, especially in these fights, Anna. The Blade Fury, as soon as he comes out of that Blade Fury, he can get and blown up.
And when the BKB starts, I mean, now we're already at 7 seconds here onto Thompson. These BKBs are going to start lasting pretty low. Getting on top of him with all that crazy damage is going to be pretty nuts. All that spell damage, and they find a timeless relic. I mean, Nisha.
Oh, Nisha's going to be a happy boy.
He gives it to him right away.
There we have it.
Oh, yeah.
Timeless relic, E-Blade, Aghanims. Nisha, he's good to go.
Near level 25 on 2 of these cores, too.
He takes an arrow to the face. He tried to commit. He tried to believe that he could get the outpost in time, and indeed he is. Nisha's ready to chase on. He's got the Aegis. He's fearless right now.
It's on Thompson, but he's got Healing Ward.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard now to get to Thompson. Nisha is trying his best to close in. They've got the stone control. Nisha, see if they get the sleight of fist down. He's still alive there with the first life. Nisha, he's not even going to go down the once. They've got the control onto Anna. Finally, it falls. Anna comes out with the Omni Slash. Zard getting low. Thompson even hidden from the side with the damage, but that's Anna out of the game. Goes down. OG's got to get out of it.
Nisha is trying to catch hold.
He's chasing. He's trying to see if he can find Thompson, but Thompson is already well out of there. Still, they get the cleanup. They take down Seb. Secret able to rally together here. Matu and Nisha just proving to be a little too much now.
And just too many ways to get on top of Thompson. Like he pops his BKB in immediately right after the BKB is going down. He has to just run away. So much overwhelming magic damage that is coming out. And I mean, Saksa is so crucial in the fight field to give that space and window for this Drow Ranger. Nisha, he's got knee blade.
BKB's on corner outside Manta. Manta's available now.
Okay.
All right, Thompson will take that. You got to be careful, man. This guy's got a DD. Get out of it. The multi shots. Yamsa's got to get away. As Thompson. He's doing it. He's holding on. He's holding on, and now stacks with a hook shot. They've called another Thompson. He'll pick up a second kill.
Oh my god. Well, they thought they were going to get a kill on the Drow, but nope.
And Thompson was doing a whole lot in the early game. You sort of keeping it solid, having that high damage output in those fights that allowed OG to initially sort of pick themselves out of a bad place off the back of the laning stage. Then the mid-game enters. Secret starting to match the fight. Thompson though. Oh, he messed it around a little too long.
Got the BKB.
Has he got any way of getting out? Tries to pike himself to safety, but he is gone. Just talking Thompson up. He decides to spend a little too long standing there. They're hitting the tier 2 tower.
Now No-Tell as well. Likely to get ran down. He just gets speared. A couple phenomenal spears this game. Into the towers, just catching them off guard. And then he's ruptured. Can't BKB, can't reset away. That's definitely, Nisha. You better tip Zai after you make your mistake. Zai making up for it himself.
Really,
beautifully.
The back and forth continues just as it feels like OG's getting a bit of momentum back with the push of Thompson, then bam. They just get shut down. They try to run it down mid. Secret says no. We're more than kitted out to do that. They've still got the lead.
Is he going to get
9k advantage?
He's sneaking it. Look at the courier. The gem, it gets hit in the tree. Oh, he gets it. Look at that. Very nice.
No, mid.
Mid.
Look at the spear.
I know.
The ward is out. There's a lot of sustain, a lot of regeneration here for Anna with the Blade Fury. He's going to take Saxa. Comes in with the side. Matu. This time it's Secret's turn to overstay their welcome.
And there's just two of them there. The rest of the team was split away.
All right.
love it.
Back and forth, back and forth. Both teams keeping us on the edge of our seats here. As there's no knowing what comes next in this game.
So it looks like Secret wanted to get the outpost to have the availability for the TP, I believe, for Nisha. So they were split away. And then the other two go mid, and they get caught from a buyback from Saksa, just capitalizing on that.
It's pretty wild.
That is, I mean, pretty awesome to see. Just these quick little small understandings of where the positioning of the heroes are. I believe that's what happened, right? Because Puppy, he went to go get outposts for Nisha to have TP, but then they split away because they were pushing mid.
Yeah, they were pretty far back behind that tier 2 tower.
And now a couple items coming out for the side of OG. Mid. And, oh, is that what I think it is? Okay, it's just an illusion in the bottle, but still relevant. Anna.
And a little bit of a dispel could get him out of the chains or something. Save the use of Blade Fury for later. We'll see that replay once more. As you said, where is he over?
Okay, so Puppy's all the way up top. They just claimed one of their outposts. And, I mean, they're just so split apart here.
They're so deep here, Matu and Zai.
Yeah.
They wanted some fun. They got it. OG
in the game. Saksa, he's in again.
He's got it. They caught him.
They got Yamsor.
And now they're going to be on with the push. They've still got a bit of window here with Zai and Matu. They're dead now.
This game is actually insane.
Well, OG's going to be able to get the racks here by the looks of it. They've got the full axe done on both of them, Seb and Anna, ready for the next fight. As that's their mid-rack's gone, they're going to sweep round to the bottom and see if they can get something more out of this. Matu's back in fine.
Seb's got the axe freshly picked up for this fight. So they're all that much tankier. 4,000 HP Juggernaut.
There we have it. Smoke's coming out for Secret. They're looking to see if they can get the job. Anna standing his ground with the Blade Fury. Soulbind used pretty early here. They'll be able to back off and make sure there's no follow-up to that hole.
Yamsor does not want to buy back either, so not really looking for a fight just yet.
They want to push on Anna close to level 25 as well. Can do it. No tail with the second Primal Spit. The buyback coming out. Focusing with the Zark the Ghost. They are focusing down Matu. Matu pops the BKBs. Pops the cheese. Back up to full HP. Nisha gets a defensive remnant set out. Has to jump back to safety. Now they haven't got to run. Another shot. He's in with a catch. Hook shot. Nisha back into the Silence. Nisha. He's out the side. He's never sliding fit over around. Nisha. He's able to jump back in time. He'll live. But Secret, they're being forced back to the fountain. As Anna, he's ready to look for kills. Jumps in with the first slash. Blade Fury to path as well. He's on top of Puppy. Takes out the first shot. Buyback comes out. Matu. He's trying to get on. Stops him. Matu. His BKB's on corner. He gets the backdrop. Takes down Thompson. Matu. Ready to go for the next target. He's moving around. He's over towards Anna. Anna will also fall. Double kill for Matu. And he's not done yet. Right over towards Saxa. But the hook shot. Saxa. He's able to lock down Matu. Matu down for 100. Saxa and Notel will run Yapsop back to the fountain as well. This is Saxa. He's going for the TP out. Notel still around, size in the backup. Nisha as well comes swinging across. Secret, they will clean out overall as they keep their bottom racks alive and will push back OG.
The speed that these heroes are moving. Nisha is zipping through at full speed with his remnants and everything. The Bloodseeker's flying through, but he gets isolated for a second. He gets left alone, and they will be able to finish him off. Saxa, time and time again, coming in clutch for his team.
He is.
Secret does have to use 2 buybacks.
To find these big catches, but in those sort of situations, it's just not quite enough there with the rest of his team just getting cleaned up at the start of the action by Matumba Man.
But it's an expensive hold for Secret. They do have to use 2 buybacks to be able to keep it up. And Thompson, he didn't spend gold in all this last time. He has 6,000 gold saved up on this Drow Ranger.
He's got a lot of money. Probably time to say goodbye to the wand. Obviously, at this stage of the game and with the way that the game's played, does want to make sure he has buyback. Yeah, buyback's going to be very important in a game like this where we're seeing the action swing back and forth so ferociously.
He does have, I believe he just about has the gold for both, actually. He's just about to. 4,300 surplus, so he should be able to buy both. But back the other way, as we said.
There we have it. I mean, are we going to see any buybacks come out here? Or do you think they're going to hold and just sort of let the damage be done?
20 seconds.
Slow, isn't
you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
5 seconds, though. Saxa might go in as soon as Drow respawns.
Saxa might be able to do something here to stop the push. And he's going to try.
He's going to try once.
See if he can keep his rack safe and alive here for the little bit of time before the rest of OG's out, and he can. A simple hook shot in, and Secret will back off. Saxa are able to come in, keep the racks alive, and protect any buybacks being used by his teammates.
How's our Roche looking? Is back up now.
Oh, it's the big one as well.
This is going to be the big decider. We need to get vision around the pit. Both sides. Both sides quite limited on the vision department. Illusion Escape found for Tops.
Oh, that's a lovely one. Tops are going to have it. It's great to play, to push out the lanes, of course, down the line. Maybe Seb wants to hold on to it for the team fights, but for now, it's just going to speed up Thompson's farm even more.
And maybe bait. Perhaps
that's true.
It is very important.
It catches them off guard.
They are very focused on making sure they can get on top of Thompson. He could do some clever stuff with this illusion for sure.
Look at this smoke as well. They send the illusion down mid.
Both. Oh yeah, all 3 with the meds too.
Yeah, well, we'll see if Secret fall for that. They'll probably be able to assess the damage being done and realize they're on the high ground. It's going to get dispelled. No tell. Get grabbed by the chains. He's actually going to pop the first split here. Maybe see if he can get a catch as he starts to run them down. See what he can force out of Zai. You get forced to the side. They're trying to hold on to the BKB. Saxa's able to get in with the slash. With the pushback, they've got him. Zai goes down. Saxa again with the catch. Now with the guns, pushing back Nisha. Anna turn towards him. Matu, he's trying to look for a target. The parallel wall dropped here, but Matu is in onto Seb, trying to run down the darks here. BKB's out from Saxa. He's over towards them. They've got the control onto Notel. Notel pulling low as Matu. He's able to take down Notel. Matu ready to go for his next target. At the same time, Zai being pushed backwards with the BKB out. Zai steps back out, keeps them contained in the arena. Switch slash comes out to Matumba Man. He's tanky, and he's able to pick up another. Commits onto Seb. Now turns over towards Anna. Multiple buybacks coming out from OG, but Matu is just doing the damage. Thompson will fall. Saxa's got to run. Nisha's able to close the gap here with the runners. Jump straight over towards Saxa. Matu, he's just taking them apart. Anna to fall. Saxa's going to get cleaned up as well. Triple kill for Matumba Man.
What a fight from Secret. Zai actually coming in so clutch. He jumps into the right side, splits up 3 heroes, all Cotton Stars to Marzult. They couldn't do anything to back up their teammates. Matu and Nisha able to clean up on left
Matu's
side.
just doing so much damage. 15k damage done in that last team fight. As Matu, I mean, he's able to get it, and even with the BKB, when it wears off, Matu, it doesn't matter. He's able to find targets, commit on them, and know he's going to get that kill, that burst of life to keep on fighting.
And it is Zai, with his buyback, he kept the Drought all the way on the right side. So Drought wasn't hitting Matu at all in the fight. He kept him fully controlled by Zai. That was such clutch play from him.
Trying to push them away from Rocher, but OG, they're doing it without Anna. They're doing it without their main man, Saxa.
One split
out. He's trying to spook them away from the pit, but Matu, he's doing so much here as he's able to turn, commit here with the Minotaur. Roshan will fall there and pick it all up, and they are. He grabs the Aegis, Secret take it all here from the pit. Zana with the buyback. Is he actually going to be able to find anything with this, Matu? So turn, drop the Rupture onto tops and stop OG from chasing. As with that in mind, we're seeing a huge jump up now for the lead of Secret. 18k advantage. They grab it all from the pit. And of course, OG also having to spend money there, using that buyback on Anna's Jug.
Now we see Matu having some inventory. A little bit of inventory issues, trying to swap everything all around here, trying to figure out which items he does want to use. He's keeping Minotaur Horn in, but he's keeping Leveler in his backpack just in case when it is on cooldown, he's swapping it in. Same thing with his Basher, swapping in constantly.
Yeah, we'll see for the next fight. Yeah, Cheese being helped by Matu, Refresher Shard on Zai.
And these fights are just so crazy because everyone's hitting 25. It's so early in the game, but all these supports, like almost everyone's 25 on.
That's
just the Brewmaster.
We don't see a lot of games where everyone hits the 25.
No, it's just been
this early, kind of 48 minutes in. I guess this is just sort of the abundance of kills that we have had coming out. It's 48 minutes in, 47 to 41.
So much control that can come out too. The two supports on both sides just providing so much utility.
I mean, they have to get Matu. This Bloodseeker's just going to clean up every single team fight. He is just the ultimate threat here for OG's lineup.
It's just so hard with the way that, I mean, Zai is just playing like this bro of protecting his core so well, so that they can get these constant spells combos off, especially like Nisha and Matu just able to focus fire their team.
Oh, team players well there.
Of course he is.
Yeah, got the extra HP regen. I mean, that's something that's going to become this whole area where
it is.
You just pretty much can't fight into it. That sort of insane amount of boosted regen for the team. You know, if you're OG, you have to step away. That arena comes out, you've got to bail.
Yeah, and they're also, if you notice, they're giving Puppy the farm right now. No one else is touching neutrals. Puppy's about to have Aghanims. So there's a very strong Drow Ranger and Juggernaut on one side. If he gets illusions of these two, or even one of them in the fights, it could be really problematic. Also, level 25, as we did see, you know, that Ink's wall radius, massive, and everyone else also having those 25 talents, as we are seeing pointed out.
Of course, the test will still be there for Secret when it comes to breaking the high ground of OG. OG, some pretty good ways to spam from a distance. You know, this draft built around Thompson's Drought.
They did use some pretty big buybacks, though, on the side of OG, for sure. They're the two important ones on the side of Secret are still available, and none of them are available on the side of OG.
Sure, if Secret can just commit and make that jump onto one of these cores without buyback, they'll probably be able to close the game up. So OG have to be very cautious, very careful to make sure that backup is there to ensure that they don't get jumped, even inside the base, which could happen, of course. Secret having some pretty good heroes for the gap close.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Creeps are hitting the base, so they do know that Secret is postured probably aggressively into their side there. So now Yaps are backing up. Zai, he's invis on the hunt. He's going to be able to fund, but he is magic immune inside of Cogs, that level 25 talent.
He's out.
Good old spell immunity. And we did see, Stormcrafter did reveal him, I believe, inside the tree line. I think it tapped Zai.
Yeah, that's probably why we saw stacks of players he did. Yeah.
I love that talent, though. He has BKB, but doesn't have to use it. He just clicks Cogs. Octarine now for Yapsor. Okay.
All right.
Bit of a luxury item, it feels like, for him.
Yeah, they're rolling in the money here, both of these teams.
He does have triple arrow, so it's 3 arrows every 9.8 seconds, too. That is pretty obnoxious.
Radiant are scanning.
Let's see what they can get. As you say, if they catch one of the heroes without that buyback, this is going to be a real hit against OG.
So got 30 minutes or so on all 3 of the cores on OG.
30 minutes?
3 minutes, sorry.
That would be quite enough.
30 minutes would be pretty devastating.
30-minute buyback.
One buyback again.
Oh, yeah.
Good luck.
OG know this. They're playing very careful right now. Making sure not to have anyone out on the map getting caught by these movements of Secret.
They have problems taking out Matu still, though. Just this butterfly, they don't really have the true strike at all. We're seeing Anna, he's building toward it, but Thompson's not going to be able to. He just doesn't have space. Like, inventory space is just limited.
No, for sure. Until he has that MKB, they don't kill this Bloodseeker.
No.
They don't kill this Bloodseeker before Matu's killed. You know, he's killed one, killed two of them, and it's constantly getting this revitalization throughout the team fight.
Zai leading the charge. The gem in the front line, too. Finds himself a haste. Seb forcing in bottom. Double ion shell is thrown down on the creep wave. A little bit of a stall. A little bit of a slowdown right now.
It was needed. As we talked about, you know, we know why they're not trying to look for action. I mean, is there anything that sort of Secret's waiting for? Is there a reason why we don't sort of see them just shove down a lane and try to go for the high ground?
It's just a bit hard because of these double ion shells, these illusionist capes that keep getting sent down the lanes. It is a bit difficult for them to just force the issue fully here. Now they are rallied around bottom. Okay. Lane is in a decent spot here too as well in the top lane.
There's still a tier 2 to take down here.
Yep. Scouting out that triangle area with a blood bright. My god. Attack speed on Matu is absolutely ridiculous. He's got the shard too, as we see. High pure damage coming into play. So much golden.
Yeah, he's queuing up the MKB. He's going to have to get rid of something for that.
Yeah, it's probably the save also, just in case. Like, if a fight happens, he dies first, he buys back, buys boots of travel, he can come back in the fight, stuff like that. You want to have to save, especially at this point. As lane's now becoming a problem again. Secret, they're going to have to back up, but OG, they've claimed high ground. Secret sees where that rocket came from, though, so they should know that OG's fully positioned on high ground.
They're heading in here. We'll see Matu already.
Matu's really low mana.
He didn't manage to get the rupture up onto Anna. Onto the side, Saxa. He's going to hook shot out to safety. Gets away, side, thinking about chasing, he's in. He's got the arena spin. They're going to follow up as well. Nisha moves in straight away. He's able to get the slash off, but he's still been so bad, doesn't matter. He's able to get the only slash off as well. Secret gripped up, back him onto the tree. The Yamps are jumping away, but Zai's getting low. The blade fear from Anna. They're able to take down Zai. Matu pushing on onto Seb. Anna trying to punch back the back. She's coming out from Matu. Matu's BKB shortly about to come to an end. So the buyback from Zai as he looks to keep this fight going here. Falls Secret Zai with the spear back onto Saxon. Will catch the clockwork. Multi-shot coming in for the side, but Matu's able to take down Saxon. Nisha jumping over towards Anna with the blade fury's back up. Anna with the blade fury turns towards Matu. He gets the back. Matu, he's getting taken down. Matu's a fall. The Lotus on off his time will give Zai some sort of protection, but it's not enough. They brought down Zai. It's a dieback on the Mars. The rest of Secret, they've got to run. They've got to get out of here. Over in the trees, they've got the control on Puppy. Puppy don't know he's there. Looks like they're going to be a little careful. I mean, OG, they find themselves a huge move here. They had to use a buyback on Saxa, but Secret, they used 2 core buybacks themselves, and it's a dieback. And Saxa, a huge angle, gets the Ultra straight in onto Yamcha. Yamcha tries to leap away. Now get him up to the high ground. Matu turns with the rupture to stop Thompson from chasing, but Saxa, Ultra, he's in with the pushback as well. The cock, Saxa gets the catch onto Matuma Man. Sends up for another kill. And Secret, they've lost Matu, they've lost Zai, they've lost Nisha as well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Nisha does have the buyback, is going to be forced to use it.
Just the 3 of them, though. OG, they've got a big window now where there's no Zai, no Matu for the defensive. Thompson's in. Blade immediately out and drown, but the first tier 4's gone. Double arrow hit there from Yapso. They're trying to span the way, but Yapso, he's in! Saxa, he's in with a hook shot, the catches Yapso, catches Poppy, it's over! It is absolutely over!
Wow, Saxa, just unbelievable plays from the clock with this game.
From start to finish.
Look at him instantly take the heads down. He's like, yup, that was me. That was me. Those were unbelievable fights, and my god, just the illusion chaos, just everything coming into play. Even though Secret, they connect all these spells,